Thank you, you're very kind. Thank you.
Thank you so much. In fact, it's an honor to have you here today. Good evening, a very good evening. Lara, you had a stupendous journey. Every role that you've taken up, whether personally or professionally, you have excelled. Tell us something about your journey with Miss Diva. How has this role been for you?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is my 7th year, yes? 8th, no, but my 7th year. My 7th year with the Times of India group as mentor to the girls who participate at Miss Diva. So Miss Diva 2020, I promise you, this night and the night of the finale never gets old. Because it just brings back memories of 19 years ago, standing on a very similar stage like this, feeling as nervous as these girls, this new batch that we're going to get is going to come in. And the feeling that you get to represent your country, to participate, to hope to win, it never gets old and it never changes. And 19 years later, it honestly still feels like the most incredible journey I've been on in my lifetime. I mean, 19 years ago, the 12th of May, my life changed forever. The Times of India has been a really, really big part of that. And it feels really incredible to come back year after year and give back a little bit of it as mentor to these girls.
And clearly there's no one better to do that. A lot of girls look up to you. They want to be like you. What are the qualities that you are looking for in Liva Miss Diva 2020?
So first and foremost, very, very excited. 2020, we have a brand new sponsor. We've had Liva that's come on board. And the values that Liva stands for as a brand are very much in line with what Miss Diva stands for and what we're looking for in our girls. So for me specifically, and I'll speak for myself when I come in as mentor, or I come in as a host, or as somebody who trains these girls through, I'm stereotypical idea of what we expect beauty pageant winners to be, what we expect our beauty queens to be. But that entire concept has changed so drastically over the years that today I want a woman who's confident enough to extremely confidently express herself and completely shatter that stereotype.
I hope the girls out there are listening. Okay, Lara, finally, what can we expect from this season of Liva Miss Diva?
Well, you can expect some really fearless, spunky, incredible women that I know are already ready to be selected. Our selections start across the country, in fact, actually almost simultaneously. So we're going to go across the cities, across India, pan-India, to find contestants that are going to compete this year. And I promise you, this year is going to be a year like no other. I know we say that every year, but the girls just keep getting better and better. I mean, when I see them, it makes me feel like I was the naivest, Johnny-come-nothing lately when I participated. So I'm so proud. You saw some of the girls, some of our past winners on stage here tonight. And I've worked with these girls for the first time. Some of them faced the camera for the very first time in their lives. And to see them come such a long way, to see how confident they are today, forget about what happened in life or where they're going or what they've been already. I think these women already are just the most incredible young women. I mean, to me, they're an inspiration.
The longest time.
I've
been waiting to talk.
Shadi wala chair.
Right. So, I mean, we just want to, kickstart this entire press conference. Did it even feel like a press conference, ladies and gentlemen? Come on, say yes or no. It looked like beauty surrounded us, like full on. Of course, Lara chairing the main seat here, the hot seat, I must say. Lara, we love you, and this journey with you has only been fabulous. I have seen how our contestants have grown over the years, and when you were talking about it, forget where they're going, forget where they're headed. It's all because of your aura and your spirit. We are living this dream from dreams to reality. Thank you so much. Can we hear it for Lara Dutta? Everybody, please. So, Lara, a rewind, okay? A quick rewind. 19 years is what you said. Liva Miss Diva 2020 would be your 20th year. That year, I remember, 20 years back when we do have our finale in February, you, Dia and Priyanka complete 20 years, and all three ladies got us back the international titles. Can we give it up for that year 2000? I think all three of you just opened India and put India on the global map like none other year. So just to rewind.
Very quickly, before we rewind 19 years, I mean, we will rewind 19 years, but I just want to say, I was discussing this with members of the media earlier this evening, and they said, what do you do for the girls, apart from mentoring them for a contest, how does that leave them, the girls that don't make it to the top 3 on that final night, what happens to them? So to be really honest, I think for me, with the Times of India group, I have been around here for so long that I have seen within the organization, entire teams grow, begin, finish their journeys, new people come in, new blood, new idea, new thoughts. And within the Times of India, I think the whole idea, apart from just conducting a contest that chooses a winner and looking at it as a business, we also create an incredible ecosystem for these girls who win, for even former pageant title holders. It's about creating an ecosystem of a sisterhood, where women, regardless of whether they win internationally or not, they have a safe place. They have some place to call home, where you can actually come in regardless of what your life experience has been, and share that and exchange ideas and lean on each other. And it's amazing to be part of that ecosystem. Natasha here, by the way, is my biggest diva, and I say this with all my love. I've seen this girl come into the Times of India, become this incredible vocal voice. She spends a lot more time with these ladies than I do, and they're terrified of her, which is great because she rules over them like a true diva. So she's really somebody that they kind of look up to and want to emulate.
The word is biggest. Biggest
No.
diva, yeah?
Rohit, unfortunately, is our one man who's had to deal with all the divas that he's created. Including the one that he puts in charge. So, we have, as you can see, this is a family that's been there and a relationship that's been there for years. And we're looking at building that, starting, of course, with this year at 2020 with Liva. But please, welcome. And I promise you, it's going to be a lot of fun. And so 19 years ago, 3 title holders, 3 winners that went out internationally, threw up a Hail Mary and came home with 3 titles.
I think the Times of India used that picture of yours where there's a teardrop falling right here, and you're getting crowned as Miss Universe. And that picture, I can't forget, ever. So,
but like you said, it's going to be 20 years. I feel like it was somebody else's life. I feel like that happened to somebody else entirely. Because you either move with the times or you just get stuck and stagnate. But yeah, I think, like you said, we say it every year, but how wonderful would it be for another title holder to come back?
God willing, fingers crossed. Any other questions? Can we please pass the mic?
Before we have a question, guys, I just want to address something. So over the years, every year, right? It's been 19 years since we won a Miss Universe title. Over the years, I'm asked one question the most. What is it that we're lacking? Why isn't India winning anymore? What is it that the girls don't have? Why aren't we bringing a title back home? You know what, I just want to say, as a former pageant winner, as a former title holder, I think as a country we've lost perspective. We've completely lost perspective. We had a golden period between the years of 1992 and maybe 2000, where we had a spate of winners from India who won a lot of international titles. But we forgot that the forerunners to that, the girls who started placing in the contest way before you actually had a winner, girls like Madhu Sapre, like Manpreet Brar, that started making the top 3 in pageants, those are women that to me were my mentors. Those are the women that paved the way. And do you know why they paved the way? Because they broke stereotypes. Because they answered questions. If anybody remembers Madhu Sapre's answer to her question, what would she want to do? What would she want to change within her country? She wanted to build a sports stadium, guys. She wanted to change the sport infrastructure in this country. That is my role model. So regardless of what our girls are doing, whether they're bringing home a title or not, slowly by slowly, every single Indian representative that we send is changing the entire graph, is changing the entire narrative of how international pageantry is run. She is rewriting the rules. She's standing up there and answering questions in Hindi, or she's answering it in her mother tongue because she feels that that's how she is more expressive. Very, very slowly, change is being driven all across the world because of women who are fearless to do it. And to me, that is the honest victory. That is the true victory. That is a victory in a truer sense, where it's not benefiting one woman who's going to win a title and change her life. It's benefiting a generation of women that will come after her. And it's not easy, guys. The entire requisite of what is required by an international pageant holder changes constantly. That entire canvas is constantly being painted by the international pageant world. So it's not as easy as, oh, you know, we're sending a beautiful girl, she's not confident enough, she doesn't speak well. Or that, oh, India's sending somebody, of course we're going to come back, it's easy peasy, it's like drinking a cup of tea. It's not. You're competing against hundreds of other countries. And yet every single contestant who has left our stage and gone on to compete has completely rewritten what the girl ahead of her has done. So I honestly urge us, I know the media is watching today. Today the game for these girls is finished before it's even begun. Why? Because of social media. Social media today is so influencing that before your candidate can even get to whichever country she's going to participate, has already decided whether she's a winner or she's not. And if you think that that's not influencing a panel of judges that are going to come out and see those girls for the first time and pick a winner, you're mistaken. So these girls are dealing with an environment today that never existed when you had that golden era of winners that took place. So for God's sakes, people, stand behind your girl. Give her your support. If she's on social media, follow her and show her love, because we're more often than not, there are too many people willing to tear you down than build you up. So that is an honest, earnest request. Please come stand behind your candidate.
Dude, that was, I'm getting goosebumps, Lara. Lara for the win. Really, thank you so much. And I think you just summed it up for us, really. That was amazing. That was amazing. Can we give another round of applause for that? That was kick-ass. Really, thank you. Thank you. Any other questions?
Hey, hi Lara, this is Hasdi from Bombay Times. What you just said was really inspiring for many. But a few minutes back you even said that this time you're looking in a girl who really breaks stereotypes. So can you be a little more specific? Because every girl is unique in their own ways.
For sure. So, and we want to celebrate that uniqueness. So the whole idea behind mentoring these girls, they go through the standard training regime, right? They're taught they work with, with life coaches, they work with the best ramp coaches, walking coaches, they work with the best makeup artists. All of that is the standard practice that has to happen. That's the spit and polish, right? I think for me, at least in my endeavor, what I try to do is find the uniqueness in every girl and enhance that. So at the end of the day, on that final night, when you're picking 3 winners out of 20, the girls are playing from an even field, but then why do some of them stand out? Some of them stand out because of the individuals that they are. And the idea is finding that and giving them the confidence and the voice to be those individuals. So I want to break stereotypes. I don't want, I've said this in previous years as well, I don't want cookie cutter girls who want to come up on stage and be Sushmita, Aishwarya, Lara, Priyanka. I don't want that. It's passé, it's done. We've been there and done that. It's time to set an entire new standard, a gold standard of what a beauty pageant winner should be.
Wow. I mean, that deserves a round of applause. Come on, yeah, don't feel shy. It's sharing your joy. Come on. Thank you.
लारा जी आपके सामने लारा जी, जैसा कि हम सभी जानते हैं कि आपने और प्रियंका चोपड़ा जी ने एक ही साल में हमारे हिंदुस्तान का नाम रोशन किया था, लेकिन आज हम देखते हैं कि प्रियंका चोपड़ा जी हॉलीवुड की एक बहुत बड़ी स्टार बन चुकी है। जितना मेरा नॉलेज है, आपको भी मैट्रिक्स की तरफ से कुछ साल पहले बहुत बड़ा ऑफर आया था, लेकिन आपने क्यों नहीं किया? तो इन सारी चीज़ों का मलाल होता है आपको कि
बट आपको चाहिए क्या कि 2 लड़की क्लोन बने? मतलब एक लेफ्ट की तरफ चले तो दूसरे भी चले, एक राइट की तरफ चले तो मैं भी चलूं। नहीं,
फिर देन आप लोग एक हम दोनों को why you are proud of us as Indians? अगर आपको चाहिए कि दोनों लड़की सेम पाथ पे चले तो फिर what is so special about us? Right? So हर लड़की की अपने खुद के ख्वाब होते हैं, अपने खुद के ड्रीम्स होते हैं, अपनी खुद की प्रायोरिटीज होती है. And I think if you guys ever follow us on social media, we just released a photo जो मैंने फिर से एक बार वापस सोशल मीडिया पे डाला था, which was us when we won and then us today. और अगर आप देखेंगे तो हर लड़की, दिया, प्रियंका, लारा, हर लड़की अलग अलग फेज में है जिंदगी में और खुश है कि नहीं? हम खुश दिखते हैं कि नहीं? हाँ तो खुश रहो ना. आप क्यों चाहते हो कि हम एक दूसरे के जैसे बने? ठीक?
Hi, my question is Mr. Rajiv. How does Liva compliments Miss Diva?
Yeah, I think we did speak about that. Like I said, the brand values of Liva are very complementary to the Miss Diva. We encourage women to be in their flow by wearing the natural fluid fabrics that Liva represents. And therefore, I think the entire pageant is about women being in their flow and being natural. And therefore, I think this is a great, like I say, it's kind of made for each other. You know, there used to be a contest called Made for Each Other many years back. This is more like Made for Each Other.
It was MFEO.
MFEO. I was in that company that time.
Really? Oh wow. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Good evening everyone, my name is Janvi. First up, everybody looks really beautiful. Like, we adore each and every one of you all. My question is to Natasha ma'am. What do we see in store for girls this year, since you are the trainer and grooming mentor for them?
Okay, I'm not the training and grooming mentor. I need training and grooming myself sometimes. So coming back, I think every girl reaches, I'm just trying to be honest, okay, we all evolve and grow, and as Lara said that she saw me as a baby at the Times of India group when she had just come in. आपको देख
I
देख
didn't say I saw you as a baby.
I'm very young compared to everybody on this panel, just letting everybody know here. Okay, I'm just letting everybody else know. So yeah, what are we looking forward is of course for all the girls who are going to be applying for Miss Liva, Miss Diva 2020 this year, is to live their flow, live their moment. Do not think that perfection is what we are looking for. We are looking for the unique journeys. We are looking at them to explore this platform, this opportunity to the fullest. And I think there is no other place that actually takes them to the next level, which is being the ambassador of their country. And that feeling of being called India, outside, in India itself, and a proud Indian, I think that's what the girls should look forward to. And it's going to be a great competition. We're traveling across 4 cities, and I hope that we can actually make some noise there and some buzz. So everybody, please post on your social media handles about this. Every girl should go ahead and apply, and this is an opportunity of a lifetime this year.
Each and every one of you all are truly inspiring. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks. You can clap for me also, yeah? I mean, come on.
Good evening everyone. My question is from for Lara ma'am. The girls you mentor, I'm sure they are really grateful to help you, and you have in some way or another impacted their life a lot. I want to know how the girls have impacted your life and how have they changed you?
It's a very, very valid question. You know, honestly, everybody says, oh, you know, they call me Lara ma'am firstly, which makes me feel really old. But, you know, that we look up to you, you're somebody that we want to be like, you're our role model. But I can't tell you, honestly, every single batch that I have worked with in 7 years, I have learned so much from these girls. I think I've learned far more from them than I've been able to teach them. And I'll tell you, there's, you know, when life happens to you, especially, I mean, I started in the business when I was 16 years old. So I've been, you know, around now for almost 24 years, which is a long time. It sounds like it's a really long time. It's a lifetime of experience. But somewhere down the line, your life also kind of leaves you sometimes jaded, sometimes cynical, you know, sometimes all the stars that you entered within your eyes, they kind of die down a little bit. But then you see a new batch of girls come in every year. You see the dedication that they come in with, the discipline, the hard work that they're willing to put in, and the enthusiasm that they come in with. And you see girls from small towns bring such large thought processes with them that sometimes it's very difficult to imagine that these girls are only 18 or 19 years old, that life hasn't even begun for them. Because they really are. Their take on life, what they want to achieve, how they see themselves is so profound and so amazing that it really makes you feel, and from the goodness of their heart, you see them helping each other. It really makes you believe in humanity. It makes you believe in a sisterhood. It makes you believe in the fact that, yes, nothing truly really is impossible. And that's what I learned from them every single time.
Thank you.
I have a question for Natasha. So what is the one wow element that would help the divas throughout their journey?
I think, is it because I'm wearing white you're asking me this question? Both of you from the same table? No, I'm just kidding. Okay, now the point is, we are looking at the wow factor of them being unique and being themselves. I think that's what's going to matter at the end of the day. What happens is they are subject to so much judgment, so much of, as Lara said, the age of social media has like bloomed all of a sudden, that before she even reaches the stage, she's already assumed as a winner or not a winner. But what happens is, even in that pressure, if she maintains and she actually lives her moment, lives her flow, and this is not a plug-in, but actually lives her flow and bees herself, that's what is the wow factor that we always look forward to. And it's extremely exciting to see somebody being honest to themselves.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Where's
Yeah. Hi, Lara ma'am. So ma'am, you have been very headstrong in the right sense. Like you applied in 1999, and then you took your application back, and then you applied again in 2000. Do you think things would have been different? And also, when you were on the Miss Universe stage, and the interviewer asked you to do some steps of Bharatanatyam, and like me and most of my friends thought that you would have got up and performed in that gown, but your confidence and your poise was so amazing, and you chose to sit down and just do the mudras. And do you have any message to the girls, because they come in for 3 weeks, and I feel that's a very limited time to prepare themselves, something that they could start to do from now, because you were already like ready to win, like he said when you walked into the office. So would you like to say something to the girls?
I promise you I was not ready to win when I walked into the office. Firstly, he's forgotten to tell you what the photographs were like. They were shot in that regular, the Kodak, whatever, what is that photo studio that you go to, and my sister did my makeup. So I definitely didn't think I was winning anything with those photographs. That said and done, I was sunky then and I'm sunky now. As in the sense that I just thought when I entered in 1999, that after I entered, I was like, you know what, but the whole ring of the Miss Universe of the millennium has so much of a nicer sound to it than Miss Universe 1999, so I withdrew my application. And I re-entered in 2000. It had no great strategy or anything like that. It was just a moment of madness. So would life have turned out any more differently? I don't know. I don't choose to dwell on hypotheticals. Coming to the girls, yes, I think it's very important to know. So for me, at that point of time, I never really gave that much thought to, oh my God, am I going to dance in this gown, or what am I going to show? Because there's no time to think. You have no idea what the judges or the host is going to ask you. So it's all very impromptu. But for me, at that point of time, being a classically trained dancer, the dance form itself was sacrosanct for me. So just in order to win a title that night, I wasn't going to throw under a bus something that I trained for from the time I was 5 years old. So for me, having or giving the sanctity of, or the respect to the sanctity of that dance form was of more importance, which therefore became very natural to say, look, I'm sitting here, I won't let you leave with nothing, I'll give you something, so I'm showing you some mudras. But yeah, I mean, that's one of the things that I keep telling the girls, that they need to think on their feet. And you never let anybody go home empty-handed, ever. So you'll never, ever, and the media knows this, you'll never hear me answer a question with the words, no comment.
That's lovely. Thank you.
I think we also know that. We also know that.
अरे कितना यार?
My question is for Shrishti ma'am. So can you tell us more about Liva fabric and what makes it as a distinct brand?
I think you should try it. Come to the office tomorrow. Jokes apart, I think, I'm with the company very recently. It's been about not even 8 weeks. I'll tell you my experience. When I walked in and actually had the pleasure of even touching the fabric, trust me, this is not a sales pitch. The tactile feel of the fabric is so amazing. And imagine a garment clothing your body. And when we say live your flow, it actually makes you feel like a princess. You know, seeing these lovely ladies walking in those lovely creations, it makes you feel different. It lets you breathe better. It almost flows with every curve, every movement of your body. So I think fluidity is very innate. It's more sensorial, it's more experiential. So even if I keep telling you, factual evidences, I really think you should experience it, then you know what I'm talking about.
Nice, nice. Actually, I could visualize you feeling the fabric right now in your office when you stepped in. Shrishti, that was really nice. Any other questions, please?
One last question for Rohit, sir. So you have been seeing the entire journey since years now. So what tip or a message you want to give to the girls applying this year?
I think I'm the wrong guy to answer that question. I think Lara already answered to somebody what that tip would be. That think on your feet. Yeah, the message for me for the future, I would say 2020 and going forward for me would be that try to bridge our culture and what's coming in the future. That's what will make them win. And I think that's a lot of people, I keep saying the same thing, that we are a generation like, I'm talking about my kids and maybe you guys. I mean, I see right now where we're sitting, the center table was the little, I would say, matured audience, and the rest a lot of youngsters. So it's about trying to bridge, as I said, culture. Our culture is really, when we travel, when we meet people, me and Lara were in New York 3 years ago. Even today, Miss Universe President Paula thinks she's one of the best Miss Universe they ever had. It's because of somebody who's come from this land and brings that culture to the table, right? And also somebody who can bridge what India is going to be in the next 10-20 years. So keep yourself fit for that kind of I would say block. That's what I would say.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I think we should end this. Any last questions? All right.
I have a question. Yeah.
Where?
Here.
Hi.
I have a question for you actually, but
again?
Yes.
Okay.
But let me begin with telling you were gorgeous, and I couldn't take my eyes off you since you were sitting there.
Why are you not a guy? Is my second question. Back to you. Go ahead, please.
But my question is, what do you think is the need of the art in the fashion industry?
In the fashion industry, so beauty pageants, of course, they put India on the global map, and I think for our fashion industry, talking about the handicrafts and the art that we actually have, I think, of course, we have evolved over so many years, and we've put India out there, but I think there is still scope for India to reach the global market. I think the way international brands function today, they are all over, they are all seeped in, and I think India still needs to head there where the fashion industry is concerned. Of course, we have so much of talent, there's so much of art and heritage and handicrafts that exist in India that just needs to go on the global map at a very large scale. I think that's where we are headed in a few years.
I agree with you. Thank you.
Thank you. Fashion.
Thank you.
Yeah, so any other last question?
Good evening everyone. Actually, I have a question for Lara ma'am. Ma'am, I come from an Orthodox family, and it was so difficult for me to convince my parents that I want to do something like Miss Diva. So what would you like to tell to all those girls who are dreaming of becoming Miss Diva but they are not able to because of the family or such parents?
I'll tell you, I think we have to firstly respect what our family system is within this country. Because whatever said or done, we are a country that comes with certain core values. A lot of it has changed over the years, but a lot of it still remains and permeates through a very large part of this country. I always say that when we live in metros, we tend to live in bubbles. You know, for all of us girls, I am a migrant to this city. So this city has given me wings and has given me a sense of safety like no other city in this country does. Today I can't imagine as a woman living in any other city in India. You know, so it gives you that sense of security that you can go out. I used to take a cab at 4 o'clock in the morning to catch an airplane if I was going to go on a show or whatever. And I used to do it entirely on my own, alone, dragging my suitcase down the road in the middle of the night. But I come from a family of, you know, of servicemen. I have 3 generations of pilots. And even when you come from the Air Force, yes, you travel around a lot and you have a very big, you know, larger, maybe slightly perspective on life. But still you come from predominantly Indian, you know, homes and households. So I think I would really honestly tell parents to look to the girls, and I hope that we are the right role models for their girls, but to look to the girls who have actually come and achieved something in life. And I think for me, honestly, they say heavy lies the head that wears the crown. And I think this is one of the things that's really kept me on the straight and narrow through my entire career. That I really hope that tomorrow, regardless of whether it's parents looking at me as role models for their young girls, or even my own daughter looking at me, I hope that at the end of the day, I can really be somebody who holds my head up high, regardless of the industry that I'm in. You know, and this is what keeps you on the straight and narrow. So I hope, and I say, please look at us. Please come and see what we've done with our lives and what we've achieved. And within the organization, the whole idea of having an ecosystem that I addressed right in the beginning is the fact that your girls are safe. They're being mentored, they're being given life skills that will go far beyond just participating that one night. You know, you will see them transform into these incredible, wonderful women. And for me, the idea really is to empower a girl that comes on this stage, for her to know what she should be able to demand and ask for and what she shouldn't succumb herself to. So that will always be there in life. At different stages, you will have situations or experiences that will not be so nice. But if you are a strong woman who knows what she wants, you will, I promise you, you will fly over those. Those things will never touch you in life. So yeah.
I think your question, you know, has given me a kind of an idea as an organization, right? I think what I would do now for this year onwards is usually what happens is it's peer-to-peer, you know, like parents to parents. When I as a parent speak to some other child's parent, I get some kind of comfort and sense. What I think we should do is list down all the past winners' parents, right, as a database, and I think we should speak to them and tell them that they can become a kind of a mentor to parents who want to find out whether it is good or bad for my daughter to come there. Because they have surely gone through the journey of trying to say don't go for it, but then once their kid has succeeded, their pride and the kind of sense of achievement they feel more than their daughter, I think it's something which only they can explain to another parent, right? So I think we will get our organization to do that, and it's a great question. I think we should at least could be a social media peer group. You know, people can just write questions onto them, and you know, whoever as a parent wants to answer, they can answer. So it's a great question. Thank you so much.
Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, are we through or any other last questions here? Are we good?
Thank you.
Okay, great. You're like,
Yes. Good, otherwise everybody in this room will be participating in this year's Miss Diva. Come on, let's go.
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lara. Thank you so much, Rajiv. Thanks, Shrishti. Thank you, Rohit. We'll make that parents video happen. All right. My mom's bite will be the first one on that for sure. So thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, members of the media, for coming here and attending this. Thank you, the Liva team. Let me give it up for the Liva team and the Times of India team for putting this together. Thank you, Sunil. Thank you for putting this event together for us and the promo. And of course, thank you to everyone. Shamita, the team there. Can we give it up for them? Come on.
I want to thank Saurabh from ABG. Thank you so much that you've been the fire starter for us into the group. Thank you so much. I really hope our team makes you proud. Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Ladies and gentlemen, the dinner is served. Please enjoy yourselves. Drink up, enjoy yourselves. And thank you once again, Lara, for helping us through this entire journey and kickstarting it with such a bang. Bang, bang, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you to our panel. Thank you for sharing that symbiotic relationship.